Education is that one thing nobody can take away from you. And if you also abide by the same, you have come to the right place. So hello and welcome. This is Himanshi Kaushik, your host of the day, and I would like to welcome you all in today's webinar on navigating the exciting journey students to educator. And I hope that you all are doing fine, safe, and sound at wherever you're taking this webinar from. So before we move on and learn a lot more about the education and the journey from student to an educator, we have our expert with us today. So I shall introduce you to our expert. We have Dr. Navdeep Singh Raji ma'am, an assistant professor, School of Education, Lovely Professional University here with us. She is an enchanting personality with over 8 years of experience in teaching and as an admission or media coordinator as well. She is a doctorate and has published several research papers and books in reputed journals and publications as well. She has presented in various national and international seminars and conferences. Ma'am, it is a pleasure for us to be here, to be able to listen you in the webinar, and looking forward for an amazing session, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Himanshi Kaushik, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Dr. Navdeep Singh Raji. I'm an assistant professor in Lovely School of Education, Lovely Professional University. And I invite all the participants who are attending this session. In today's session, I will be explaining you the navigating the exciting journey from being a student to a student educator, because you all are students, you just finished your schooling and now you want to pursue your career. So if you want to pursue your career in teaching, so I am here to help you out. So this is the topic which we will be covering in this particular session. Before moving ahead, first let me tell you about, just give me one. Before moving ahead, first I will tell you that after attending this particular session, what you will be learning, what will be your outcome, what you will be learning new things about this particular after this particular session. So the first objective which you will be learning is explore the different programs under teacher education. Means what are the various programs which are available under teacher education which you can pursue, depending upon whether you are a graduate, whether you are just 12th pass out, or whether you are postgraduate. Then after learning the eligibility, that if you want to enter into the teaching sector, then what are the various programs, I will be helping you to identify the various career opportunities, because we have a very narrow meaning of what are the career opportunities after doing B.Ed and M.Ed. I will be breaking that myth and I will be telling you the ample opportunities in the diverse field after you complete the teacher education degree. The third and the last thing which you will be learning after completion of this particular session is you will be acquainted with the skills, knowledge, and attitudes which are associated with an effective teacher. Like everyone if you want to become an effective teacher, what are the various attitudes, skills, and knowledge which are required from your side, that we will be discussing in this class. So I think objectives are clear. Let's move ahead and let's start our session. So if we talk about, India is a nation of excellent teachers, starting from way back to before Common Era in the Takshila University, Professor Chanakya, to the current contemporary era where we are talking about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And if we read about the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam quote, it said that teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber, and future of an individual. Means the teacher having so much of important responsibility on his or her shoulder. And if the people remember me as a good teacher, that will be the biggest honor of me. So APJ Abdul Kalam believed that if anyone say that I am a very good teacher, that is the biggest honor anyone can give me. So being a teacher, as we already know, all know that teaching is a noble profession, and India is a hub of good teachers, starting from way back from BC to contemporary era. So before going on ahead, what are the various eligibility? First, let me tell you about the job scenario. Because we complete our degree, we pursue our degree, because ultimately we want to be financially independent. We want to get observed in certain employment. So what are the employment opportunities and how much demand will be there of teaching in future? We will be discussing through some graphical data. If we learn about this particular picture, this is a picture. This is the data taken from the Lok Sabha in 2018. It said that in secondary level, almost 22% seats are vacant in the government sector. And if we talk about in the higher sector, it is 27% vacancies are vacant. And if we look at the second photo in which the pie chart is there, so we see that the maximum number of schools in India is government sector, which is covered by 85.85%. It means a huge amount of vacancies are there in the government sector, and there are only very few states where the vacancies are full. Like if we look into this particular picture, in the secondary education, it is only Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Mizoram, Goa, and Andaman and Nicobar Island. And if we talk about the higher education, it's Maharashtra, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Telangana. Only these states are there where the teachers are full. Rest everywhere the demand of teacher is there. So there is a huge opportunity of getting absorbed in a government sector. This is about the government sector. If I talk about in journal sense, if we read the news article published in Business Today, it clearly says that India has a deficit of over 1 million school teachers. It is a UNESCO report. And if we look about the picture, so it says that how many students, like 11,16,846 schools are there where the vacancies are there, means teachers are required in this. And it is in everywhere. It is because the previous data was for government. This is for the government and private both. So if you look into this, in every state, the demand of teachers are there. And this is a one particular sector which never saw their downfall. Because if now we know that the AI is coming, artificial intelligence is coming, and it will be eliminating number of jobs, like content creator can be gone, graphical designers will not be there. It can be eliminated not of professions, but teaching is a one profession which cannot be overpowered or overtaken by the AI. So if we look at the bigger picture of the employment, teaching has a huge scope in future. So if you opt this particular profession, you will be in a very good position. Now, because first I told you about, inform you about that, what are the education scenario. So now if you're interested, okay, education, employment scenario is very good, so I have to pursue a degree in this. So what are the various ways for doing this? So now I will be highlighting you and discussing you about the eligibility criteria. So basically in the teacher education, major 6 courses are offered. The first course is B.Ed. The second is M.Ed. The third is integrated B.Ed M.Ed. The fourth is integrated B.Ed B.Ed. Fifth is integrated BSc B.Ed. And the last is MA education. So if you are a graduate, then the course which is applicable for you is B.Ed. And what is the eligibility if you want to be a B.Ed, if you want to join B.Ed is, you should have minimum 50% marks in your graduation, or if you are done post graduation in that, and your PG or UG should be in sciences, social sciences, humanities, or commerce. And if we talk about if you have done BTech also, like after doing BTech, you said that now I want to shift. I don't want to go in a corporate. I want to shift into a teaching sector. So even after doing BTech or BE, you should pursue B.Ed. The only condition is that you should be having 55% in the BTech and with the specialization of science and mathematics. The second is M.Ed. M.Ed is if you want to be a teacher educator, just like me. I am training the would-be teachers or prospective teachers. I'm teaching to the B.Ed and I'm teaching them how you have to teach in the classes. So if you want to be a teacher educator, for that, you should be either completed B.Ed or BA B.Ed or BSc B.Ed or bachelor's in elementary education, because in B.Ed and BSc B.Ed, BA B.Ed, we train you to become a teacher at the upper primary level, in the secondary level. So you should have a 50% eligibility, 50% marks in your this qualification. If you have done the diploma in elementary education or an ETT, then you should have 50%. But along with that, you should also have a UG degree, undergraduate degree with 50% marks. The third category is integrated B.Ed M.Ed. This is of 3 years. Here you will be completing your B.Ed and M.Ed instead of 4 years in the 3 year. And the percentage is 55% marks is there. And what the other qualification is, you should have a postgraduate degree. So because for masters, PG is required, so you should have a postgraduate degree. And if you're a 12th pass out, so there are 2 options for you. You can go for integrated BA B.Ed or integrated BSc B.Ed. Both degrees are of 4 years, and in both the degrees, minimum qualification is 50. If you are a BA BEd, then it should be in 12th, you should have received gotten 50%. If you want to go for BSc BEd, then in these sciences, whether medical, whether non-medical, in that not a constraint. The only thing is that you should have 50% in 12th exam. And the last course which offered in teacher education is MA education. This is just like MEd, but MEd is a professional degree, MA education is a journal degree. So in this, you just have to go for a 50% marks in graduation in any stream. So these are the different programs in which you can take admission if you want to be a teacher, whether you want to be a teacher educator, whether you just want to be a teacher. So these are the 6 different programs. On the basis of your previous qualification, you can choose. Now moving ahead, as per NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, it is said that I have told you there are n number of things are there. There are 6 number courses are there, but as per National Policy of Education, it is said that now ITEP will be there. What is ITEP? Integrated Teacher Education Program. Like if you want to be an engineer, so you decide just after 12th, I want to do engineering, and whether I want to be a mechanical engineer, civil engineer, I want to be a software engineer. So you after just 12th, you decide and you take admission in that stream. Similarly, if you want to be a doctor, so after 12th, you decide, okay, I want to be a doctor. So you prepare for MBBS. So ideology for the teacher education also. They say that not after doing graduation, now I have nothing to do, so let's become a teacher. So they have to break this particular notion. So they said that now as the student decide just after 12th that they want to be engineers, they want to be doctors. Similarly, just after 12th, the students will be deciding that they want to be a teacher. So after 2025, the ITEP will be allowed or ITEP will be offered to the students, and in under ITEP, as the name suggested, Integrated Teacher Education Program. So no simple BEd, no simple other courses are offered. Only the integrated courses will be offered, just as integrated Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Education. The 2 degrees are there. First BSc, second is BEd. Next is Bachelor of Arts and Education. So 2 degrees are there. Similarly, Bachelor of Education, BEd, and Bachelor of Masters of Education. So BEd, MEd. So BSc BEd and BA BEd will be of 4 years and integrated course will be of 3 years. So the only difference is that now integrated BSc BEd, BA BEd are offered by all the courses which if they have any approval from NCT. But now the institute has to get approval from ITEP. They have to get the affiliation of ITEP. And now they are under the ITEP. Only then they will be able to offer these particular courses. So only integrated courses will be offered, and how you will be getting admission in that after 2025 is through a national common entrance test, and most probably by 2030 simple BEd will not be offered anymore. So only the integrated courses will be offered. So this is the new change which is after the NEP 2020. Now not any courses will not be offered, only the ITEP courses will be offered only from 2025, and only limited institutions will be there. Jaise hamare engineering ke bhi there are main institutes are there. Similarly, only the affiliation has to be taken. The institute has to give fulfill certain criteria to get the ITEP. Only then, if they approve for teaching ITEP, only then they will be allowed to give the start the courses of the ITEP. So if you are thinking of becoming a teacher and you are just graduate, so it is the high time to go for BEd, because maybe in future the chances are there the BEd will be closed. Okay, so this is the first part of my presentation where we have discussed what are the various programs are there which if you want to become a teacher or if you want to enter into the teaching sector, what can be done, what are the programs as per your eligibility you can choose. So let me quickly revise. You can do BEd, you can do MEd, you can do integrated BEd, MEd, you can do integrated BA BEd, integrated BSc BEd, and the last is MA education is there. So with this, we are finished with the first part. If anyone has any question, they can ask, or otherwise I can move to the next part. Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm very sorry to interrupt, but yes, we have one question from Akansha ma'am. So with your permission, ma'am, can we take up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This Akanksha wants to know that being like she's a teacher in middle school now, and she's not getting paid enough. Like she's saying that she does same work as a corporate employee does, but she's not getting paid enough, and she's pursuing MSc in mathematics from LPU only. So she just wants to know if she can pursue MEd, right? MEd as well as when she completes her B.Ed. So will that B.Ed and M.Ed help her in her future?
Basically, can I know her previous qualification on which basis she's teaching?
That she has not mentioned.
Okay. So basically, I just assume that she has done
B.Tech. Ma'am, she has done B.Tech.
she has done BTech. Okay. So after BTech, she can pursue B.Ed. That is no problem in that. And the good thing is that the sciences and the mathematics, this is the two hot selling streams. So because you are from BTech, so the chances of getting absorbed in whether in the government sector or whether in the private sector are very, very high. And because she's from BTech, so she can be doing wonders as an instructional designer also, and as a in the corporate also. Like let me give you an example. As she said that she is given very less pay. So the starting salary of our student who just completed their graduation, just completed, not even completed, they're in the final semester, they are getting 35 plus thousand salary without zero experience. Because we train the students just like that. Students are getting, one of our students, she was working with an academy. So she was masters, not even master, she was just graduate. She was working with an academy and teaching mathematics, and her package was 9 lakh rupees per annum. So the packages are good, but the only thing is that the child should have that particular caliber and potential. And in School of Education, we train that student, and she's from BTech, so she already well versed with lot of things which a normal graduate has no idea. So if she pursue B.Ed and M.Ed, it will be very good for her.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. And ma'am, kindly please carry on with the second.
Thank you. Okay. So this is the different courses which we offer. Now let's move to the next part. The next part is the first thing when we say that, okay, I will be doing B.Ed or I will be doing B.Ed M.Ed integrated. The first thing, the profession which we think is, okay, you want to be a teacher, only then you are going to do B.Ed. But that's the biggest myth. After doing B.Ed, the only one job is with me is teaching. There is ample opportunities. You can go in different diverse areas as per your interest. If you want to be a government official, then teaching is there. If you don't want to be a government official, then in the private sector, in the corporate sector, there are ample opportunities, and our students are also working in different sectors. First, in this particular part of my presentation, I will be breaking that myth that teaching, if you do B.Ed, the only profession which left with you is teaching. That's the biggest myth. Let me just break that for you. So first, let me tell you what are the various career opportunities. So these are the three traditional career opportunities which everyone is well versed. If you want to become you can be a TGT, PGT. First, let me tell you what is TGT, PGT. TGT is trained graduate teachers and PGT is postgraduate teachers. So if you have done B.Ed and you have done only graduation, then you can apply for TGT. And if you have done B.Ed and you also have done PG, then you can go for postgraduate teacher in the both national and international in the private sector. In the private sector, you can go for that. The only eligibility which is required for this is you should have a graduation degree, that is B.Ed, and after that you have to clear CTET or any state level test. Basically, government schools go for CTET. You have to appear for that, and then you can be observed in any of the school. Our students are working from, if we talk about from Ivy World to Delhi Public School to GD Goenka, all the big names are there, and our students are working there. If I talk about the second cohort, that is government job in TGT, PGT. In government job, the eligibility criteria are different. Like as I have the pictures of Kendriya Vidyalaya. So if you want to be a KV, if you want to be a KV teacher, so you should have a PG or UG if you, in case of TGT. And then you have to sit for an exam, written exam. When you clear the written exam, then you have to sit for a demo. You have to give a demo how to teach. And then in the last interview will be conducted. And on the basis of that, you will be selected. Then the third cohort is of assistant professor. This is for if you have completed B.Ed, M.Ed integrated, if you have done M.Ed or MA education. So these are for that. You can be assistant professor in government school, government institutions, government universities or college, or private universities or college. Like I'm an assistant professor, so I fit in with this particular criteria, but I can also apply for any of these criteria. So apart from these three traditional career opportunities, which everyone is aware, there are some other opportunities also which you can have. The other is, okay, this next is, first is, next career opportunities, instructional designer. Instructional designer is like, it's a huge demand, like because in every industry, whether corporate, whether private, whether simple industry, they have to train their human resources. And instructional designer, what they do, they present the information in such a easy manner that the person will be able to comprehend that particular information. For example, if I'm an instructional designer and I got a project that I have to train, I have to prepare a planning or prepare a content for the person how to sell cars for automobile industry. So I will be just visualizing ki kaise ek insan ko, how I have to teach one particular child and visualize the content into different pictures, video, animation, prepare a storyboard and then give to the graphic designer. He will be doing the graphics into that. And then the child person will be preparing the content out of that, and that will be presented to the people. So this is the one thing which is in huge demand nowadays, instructional designer. And in our institute, we teach one particular course related to only instructional designing, in which we teach students about all the Adobe software which is required to them. And the salary packages are also good. And the other thing, good thing about instructional designer is that you can work as a freelancer. There are ample opportunities. You just sit in your house. You just need a very stable Wi-Fi and a laptop, and you can work from home and prepare content for the people from any domain. So you have a variety of range of people whom you will be interacting. The second cohort is subject master expert. Subject master expert and instructional designer, they work in hand, both work in hand in hand. So subject master experts means, what that means, ki if you are from physics, so you should have a very deep knowledge of physics. And if instructional designer has to prepare a content on physics, so you will be clearing his or her doubts. Ki what is this concept? What is this concept? You will be explaining them. And then vetting also. Ki whatever the way instructional designing is portraying the content, whether it is fine or not, whether it is conveying the message or not. And the subject master expert is required in all the edtech companies. You start from textbook.com to Unacademy to Byju's to Topper. Name a big edtech company, they require subject master expert. So this is the other opportunity which you can go. The next is text developer. Text developer is also very important, because whenever we have to hire a person, so we have to see whether the person is eligible for that particular post or not. For that, we require certain type of psychological tools for them. So here you can also start developing the psychological tools. When you completed your masters, in our master, we teach the students how to make tools, how to administer tools, and all these steps are taught to the students. So apart from the three traditional things, you can be an instructional designer, you can be a subject master expert, you can be a test developer. And this is not enough. There are other opportunities also. Let me show you those also. Okay. The next is content writer. Content writer is the other position which you can do. What content writer do? Content writer go deep into the education sector and write about the topics which is going on, or inform about the new pedagogical skills. For example, now we are talking about integrated art integration, where art is used for teaching. For example, you used a movie clip for explaining the content. You use a puppets for explaining the content, a YouTube video of explaining the content. Just let me give you a brief example of that, of art integration. You want to teach a student about Khilji. So you show a clip of Padmavat where Khilji is there. So you can relate that content with teaching of Khilji. If you talk about Rajput, what are the various characteristics of Rajput, you can use same clip for that also. So how to integrate that, what are the various pedagogical skills. So content writer, write about that. That is the other thing. The other thing is, eighth cohort is academic manager or coordinator. What academic manager or coordinator do? This is a higher position than a teaching position. So when you are teacher, you are teaching, then for 10, 15 teachers, there will be a coordinator who will be coordinating with all the teachers, who will be helping or assisting the teacher how to make lesson plans. If they are facing any problem, the academic coordinator will be helping them out, or even the coordinator will helping to hire the correct faculty or the appropriate faculty which they require for them. And the other work which academic coordinator or manager do is like, because now every school has different branches. DPS has branches in Punjab and all over the world. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya is also having, GT Mointa is also having, Ivy World is Cambridge is having. So what, there is academic auditor or manager also, what they do, they see audit from one particular school to other particular school, whether in Jalandhar, the DPS ideologies are followed or not. So you will be evaluating the strategies, or you will be evaluating whether the core principles of DPS are followed by the branches of DPS all over the world. So this is the other opportunities which you can have. And then last opportunity, not the last, here it is last, but there are other also, that is the fellowship. If you are interested in giving back to the community, serving to the community, so we have an option for fellowship for Teach for India. In Teach for India, in this, what we do that you voluntary work. Teach for India is one of the biggest NGOs in which teacher student will be teaching to the rural sector in the government sector, in with some monthly stipend, and where you will be posted when you will be working with this: Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Pune. Two of our students are also working with Teach India. One of the student was working for 3-4 years, and the other is just two new students have just got opportunities. So if you want to work with in the ground level and you want to bring change from the very grassroots level and want to serve this community, then there is an option for fellowship, just such as Teach for India. So these are the different opportunities, career opportunities, which will be there if you complete instructional design, if you complete BA or any degree from related to the teacher education. So this is the second part of my presentation where we will be discussing, I have discussed about different opportunities. Is there any question? Anyone want to ask?
Yes, ma'am. We have certain few questions, and this one question again from Akanksha Nagar, and she wants to know if she enrolls in MEd, will she get placements from LPU?
The one thing is that whether she has completed her BEd is done.
I think BEd will finish in June 2023.
Okay. See, if I talk about MEd is after doing the MEd degree, you will be posted as assistant professor. If you want to go for assistant professor, then campus placements are not there, because every university have their own panel, and the interviews were conducted only in the universities. Whether it is private, whether it is government, the panels will be there and will be conducted as per the policies of the university. So if you want to be job as an assistant professor, then campus placement is not possible. But if you want to become an instructional designer, test developer, or academic coordinator, or any other corporate job, for that campus placement will be provided. We will be arranging that.
Thank you, ma'am. And we have another question from anonymous attendee, and he wants to know, is BEd necessary to teach in coaching institutes?
Pardon, ma'am, can you please repeat?
Is BEd necessary to teach in coaching institutes?
I don't think that BEd is necessary for teaching in BEd in educational or coaching institutes. But if you have done BEd, then the chances of getting higher in the coaching institutes will be higher, because you will be well versed with the various pedagogical skills which a normal children who has not done BEd will be knowing. Because here in BEd, we teach you how to teach our content. We don't teach the content, we teach how to teach mathematics, how to teach physics, how to teach social sciences, how to teach English. A common person who has no idea about BEd, they don't know how to teach. Here you will be knowing, okay, there are ample opportunities. For example, if you have to teach history, storytelling method is the one of the best method. Socialized recitation is the one of the method. If you have to teach physics, demonstrations are there, experiential learnings are there, conceptual frameworks or concept mapping is there. So if you complete your BEd, the chances of getting hired will be better, and the chances of being retained in coaching institution will be there, because you will be performing excellently as compared to the person who has not done BEd, because here you will be polishing your skills and you will be far better from a amateur. So I will suggest you go for BEd and then go for coaching institutes.
I totally agree, ma'am. Thank you so much for resolving the queries. There's another query from Akanksha only. She just wants to know, she will be finishing her B.Ed in 2023, and what can be like the best thing for her in the future, according to the course like that she has chosen. From B.Tech,
Okay,
she has,
so
yeah, she has
she has,
eh,
sorry,
yeah, she has 3 years of experience by now, and she just wants to know,
in education,
yeah,
in teaching.
in teaching.
Okay. So she has 3-year experience in teaching. Her CTET and or other main subjects are clear.
That she has not mentioned.
Okay. So as her B.Ed is completed and if she's happy with this teaching job, then she can continue with this. And because now she has 3-year experience, so she can start applying in some edtech companies, or she can start pitching to her resume into the some reputed school, DPS, Ivy World, all other schools. She can because experience is there, she can prepare a demo lesson, online demo lesson, and upload that on different edtech companies, and they will be giving a call to her and they will be hiring her. If she only wants to be in the teaching sector, if you want to shift, then she can do. If she want to go for an instructional designing side, because she's done from BTech also, so if you want to go for in the corporate sector, so we are also offering a MSc e-learning, in which we will be just transforming the student properly to a edtech company, like starting from all those things which is required for an instructional designer. So she can pursue that if she interested in pursuing any degree. So she can go for MSc e-learning. So I will suggest that she will go for, if higher education, MSc e-learning is good option for her.
So thank you, ma'am. I hope, Akanksha, you must have got the answer of your query. And ma'am, we have another question from Rohit Singh, and he wants to know how can he clear REET exam, RWT exam.
Okay. Uh, Basically, you have to sit for National Institutes of Education, RIE. So RIE exams are little bit, because it is a national level, so little bit tough. So the first thing is that you should be very clear with the content. You have a basic clarity of the content. And for pedagogy, you can read some pedagogy books for B.Ed, like pedagogy of social sciences, pedagogy of physical sciences, whatever subject he is having. So the basic thing is that more or more practice and more content knowledge. If he or she will be clear with the content, automatically he will be performing good in that.
Okay, ma'am. Rohit says that REET is Rajasthan state level exam. How can he clear that exam particularly? If
Okay, I thought he was talking about digital
RI.
institutes. So this is read for, he has completed his B.Ed, so now he's preparing for government jobs in that. So I hope, because he's preparing for government job, he has already cleared his TET of Rajasthan. So the only thing, the same thing will be applicable here. If he's applying for social sciences, so he should be having good knowledge of social sciences, because I'm not very well versed in what is the criteria of exam in Rajasthan. I know about Punjab. In Punjab, it is the pure subject is there. So you should be having good content mastery. So whatever the subject is there, you should download these syllabus and get the deep knowledge of the content and practice. The more you practice, the better you will be having a chances to clear that.
Thank you, ma'am, for resolving the query. And I hope, Rohit, you also must have got the answer of your query. Yeah, ma'am. So we are not having any more queries. We can continue.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the second part of my presentation, where I talk about various opportunities after doing the degree from teacher education field. Now I will be talking about the, if you want to be an effective teacher, so what are the various things which you should definitely have in yourself? So if you want to be an educator, what are the skills which you need that? So if you want to be a 21st century teacher, so the first thing is subject matter expert. That is the most important thing. That whether you are a social science teacher, whether you are English teacher, whether you are math teacher, physics teacher, you should be having a very clear concept knowledge. That you have to brush up that information or the concept very clearly, because ultimately you have to teach to the child. And if you are not clear with the content, it will be very difficult to deliver the content. So the first thing which as a 21st century educator you required is a subject master expertise. That is a must. You cannot avoid that. And once you have a very good mastery over the content, the thing is that if I know everything, but I don't know how to teach, because let me give you an example. There was a teacher when I was doing my MEd. There was a teacher. She was so good in psychology. She even know the page number. If you read that for an author, this particular content is on this page number. She was so learned. But the only problem was that she was not able to deliver the content to us. She was very knowledgeable. Her command over the content was exemplary, but she was not able to deliver. So content mastery is important, but how to deliver that content to the children is the other important thing, that is known as pedagogical knowledge. Means if I have to teach students about Newton law, so I have to demonstrate them. I just cannot explain them. I can have an activity in the class. है ना? If I have to, for example, how to use games for teaching, if I have to bingo, simple bingo can also be used as a teaching strategy for explaining content to the children. How we can use movie clips to explain to the children. How we can use puppets, how we can use clay modeling, how can we use role play for explaining the content to the children. So after having a very good knowledge of the subject, we have to move to the pedagogical, means how to deliver the content. That is the most important thing which will be there. And in School of Education, we teach that also. The third important thing is communication skill, because ultimately you will be communicating with the child. So you should be very clear with the communication, and you should be having very fluency in your communication skills. That is a must have, because if you are not able to explain your content, the child will not be able to comprehend that. The next thing is, because we are living in a technological driven society, everything is high tech. Your mobile phones is there, like everything is available in a simple click. So as a teacher, you should be very well versed with the technology. You should know how to make PPTs, how to do blended learning, how to blend your learning, how to go for a flipped classroom. So you cannot say that, but I think that in the new generation, technology is not an issue. For the people like us who are from the past, they have an issue for learning this, but you have a very well, you are already well equipped with this, how to make very beautiful reels, how to engage student in making reels and learning them. So technology integration is a must for a 21st century teacher. Now, the third other thing is differentiation. You might be confusing, what is this differentiation? The teacher should not be doing any type of biasness. Teacher should be treating everyone equal. But here differentiation means every individual is different. And there is a Gardner theory of intelligence which say that there are different type of intelligence. Some people have linguistic intelligence, some people have spatial intelligence. कुछ लोग अपने कपड़े बड़े अच्छे से कबर्ड में सेट कर लेते होंगे, कुछ बच्चे बड़ा अच्छा गा लेते हैं, कुछ बच्चे स्पोर्ट्स में बहुत अच्छा करते हैं. तो every particular person is different. So we cannot say that all particular persons are same. We have to deal different students with different. Like, just give me an example. There is a one particular student who is very motivated and very highly performing well. So I will be giving assignments to him that will be pretty difficult. On the comparison of that, there is a one particular child who is doing his best or her best and trying a little bit ki acha kare. Or agar uske out of 30, if he scored 20, 21, so I will be more motivated. Good, very good. You are working very hard. But if the other children who was performing good, he scored 22, so I will be asking him what happened. So every individual difference, every individual is different. And as a teacher, you should know, you should identify कि all the children in my class are not same. कुछ बच्चे सिंसियरली पढ़ेंगे, कुछ नहीं पढ़ेंगे. जो नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं उनको किस तरह से टैकल करना है वो हम सब किस में सिखाते हैं, डिफरेंशिएशन. तो you should know that differentiation has to be there. Then the next is classroom management, because बच्चे आजकल क्या हैं, they are notorious. They can't sit. If you don't provide the information to them, they will be creating disturbance in the class. So you should know how to manage your class, how to make your class interactive. As soon as you, one of the example of classroom management is when I go first in my class, with the interaction with my children, I say that, okay, now I will be taking your class for the whole semester. So let's start with some class rules. कि कौन-कौन से class में rules होने चाहिए. And I will not be making those class rules. You will be making that class rule. So students tell that, okay, we will not be using mobile phones. We will be coming on time. If anyone has to ask question, we will be raising hands. So these are the rules which we will be framing, and then we will be following that. So this is one of the strategy for managing your classroom. And the classroom should not be like टीचर से डर लग रहा है, भाई मैथ्स का क्लास है या साइंस की क्लास है तो मुझे डर लग रहा है, oh my god, I don't want to attend this class. The teacher student should not be having that type of feelings in yourself. They should enjoy your class. The class should not be very liberal, you should not be very liberal, you should not be very strict, you should be democratic. Sometimes you have to be very strong, you have to be opinionated, you have to be affirm. Sometimes you have to let go children. So classroom management has to be there. And the last thing which is very important is continuous professional development. It's not like that कि अच्छा मेरा BEd हो गया, seated PTET is all cleared, I got a job, now life is sorted. No, because things are changing very rapidly. You have to be updated yourself. Like when way back in 2009 I completed my BEd. So at that time, the way the teaching was done was entirely different. Now what I'm teaching to my children was entirely different. So how I learned, I keep learning, keeping learning. I have not stopped myself. But there are many opportunities. For example, Udemy is there, Coursera is there. You can join different courses over there, storyboard writing, storytelling writing. In IGNU also, there are certain courses like guidance and counseling if you want to be in school. So guidance and counseling course can be done, inclusive education course can be done, Vedic mathematics course can be done. So keep adding into your profile, keep polishing your skill, keep polishing and updating your skills. That is the most important thing. Because if you say that, okay, ab job mil gayi, there is nothing to do, then there will be starting of the downfall. You keep on learning because students will be, every time the student will be coming, they will be having more diverse information. So you should be well prepared for that. So if you want to be a very effective 21st century teacher, so these are the few skills which are must have for you. So this is the last part of my presentation where I have just explained if you want to start from being a teacher to an educator, what are the various things you require, eligibility, career options, and the skills which are required for a 21st century students. Any question before I move ahead?
Yes, ma'am. We have few questions. Rohit wants to know, ma'am, is cracking a joke in class while teaching is good, or like reading poetry is good in the class, or is it not?
It's very good. Like your class has to be humorous, because if while I also do a lot of fun with my students, I crack jokes, they also crack jokes, and we also if you can teach through poetry, that is a wonderful thing. So humor has to be there, because it is not humor, then the child will not be paying attention. The child should be attached to you. The child should feel, okay, this is the teacher with whom I can share everything. And the child should be always looking forward to your class. जैसे क्या होता है लंच के बाद की क्लासेस में यार अब भूख लग रही है, नींद आ रही है, अब क्लास भी लगाओ. But after even at the 4 o'clock class, बच्चों को वो क्लास लगानी है यार, वो मैम बड़ी cool है. So you should have that particular aura. And for that, you should be little bit liberal with the children. Thoda bahut masti you have to do in the class. That is required actually.
Ma'am, there's another question from Venkatesh, and he has done he's doing MSc Mathematics from LPU only, and has done BSc Statistics, and he's doing BEd simultaneously as well. Now, according to new education policy, he wants to actually become a government teacher. In math subject specifically, and he has also some experience of having okay, he has 3 years of experience in teaching in math science for SSC, CBSE, and ICSE as well. So what can be the future for Venkatesh? Like, he wants to know what he can do now.
Venkatesh, as you said that you are currently pursuing masters and simultaneously you are pursuing BEd. So I might be believing that you are attending, doing BEd as a non-attending, because simultaneously 2 regular degrees can't be done, and the BEd regular is not allowed until unless you are working somewhere. So just ignore this. And if you have done mathematics, so there is a huge demand of mathematics in the government sector. I suggest you, if you are looking for a government sector, I suggest you go for a government sector. For that, ensure that you are clear with the CTET, and if you are from Punjab, clear CTET, or whatever state level from where state is there, you clear their state level test. That is the mandatory, because if you are clear with these TET is teacher eligibility test. Center is CTET is Center Teacher Eligibility Test when you are eligible for applying at a central government job or private schools. And then there are state government tests, like for example, if we talk about Punjab, PS TET, Punjab State Teacher Eligibility Test. Rajasthan ka TET hota hai, every state has their own TET. So you have to clear TET. and then you have to sit for the exams. And in Punjab, you should 150 questions are asked only from mathematics, and the level is for MSc level. MSc level के questions आते हैं. And if we talk about KVs में, as I've already discussed, first the written exams will be there. In written exam, the first will be there will GK will be there, logical reasoning will be there, and then your core subject will be there along with pedagogy. Then if you clear that particular thing, then demo will be there, and then final interview will be there. So if you are, because if I talk about Punjab scenario, the mathematics teachers are not very easily available. So you have a very high chance if you are from Punjab, either if you are from other state also, make sure that you clear your TET and then apply for the jobs.
Ma'am, Venkatesh also wants to know what extra activities should he do to take like to increase his preference of selection, as in to increase his chance of selection in the exams.
See, one thing, I'm just believing that he only want to into government sector. So in the government sector, the most important thing is content mastery. If you are good with content, the chances of getting hired are very high. Second thing is that if you want to go for because in Punjab, there is no interview, direct after completing, if you clear the test and you fall into the merit list, you will be hired. But in the central department, in the central level, you have to give a demo. So for demo, you can't take any teaching aid. The teaching aid has to be limited, fixed into your notebooks only, so that you cannot make very good charts, models. So you should know how to teach very effectively a one particular skill. अगर मुझे Pythagoras पढ़ानी है, तो मैं कैसे पढ़ा सकता हूँ, which is different from other. तो मैं किस तरह से creatively पढ़ा सकता हूँ, that you have to learn. Another thing is that you should be well versed with communication, because as per me, the majority of the people who are from appearing in KV's interview, they are not very good with communicating in English. So if you are communicating with English in a very fluent manner, the chances of hiring in interview is better as comparison to the other thing, because they require Hindi and English both. So if you are fluent with the English, the chances are good. So work on your communication skills and certain pedagogical skills. की एक दो topic अगर मुझे पढ़ाने हैं, तो how creatively I can teach with a very minimum resources.
Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, we have another question from Rohit, and he wants to know if any student disobey in front of you in the class, how can you handle the situation?
Okay, if the child disobey in my class, there are different ways. First, as I said that in the very first day, I make certain rules in my class, and I say that okay, you created that rule and now you are breaking that rule. So that is against the policy. Other thing is that sometimes you can create a humor. है ना, जो वो कर रहा है, तुम भी वही करना शुरू कर दो, या तुम उसको मजाक में उसको थोड़ा सा एक मजाक कर दो उसके साथ, तब भी उसको समझ में आता है कि टीचर इज डूइंग. Other thing is that you go very close to the teacher, और अगर फिर भी नहीं मान रहा है, तो एक टफ लुक भी दे सकते हैं, कभी कभी दूर भी सकते हैं. That can be done at the end if nothing is working out. And if the behavior is persistent, बार बार करता है, then there might be a chance that the child is having certain other problems. Maybe the child is not getting love from the family, the child friends are not treating him well, some other reason. Then personally talk to the child. जैसे कभी कभी बच्चे सिर्फ कभी कभी मस्ती करते हैं, वो अलग बात है. पर अगर बच्चा रोज मस्ती कर रहा है, रोज आपको परेशान कर रहा है, फिर बच्चे से बात करो, टॉक टू द चाइल्ड, मेक अ रैपो विद द चाइल्ड. चाइल्ड अपने आप बताएगा कि क्या इशू है. मैंने बहुत बार किया. There was a child in my class when I was teaching MBA. So he was always, whatever I said, ma'am, why should I do that? What should I do that? So I talked to him and I got an idea that he came from a very high family and he was not getting love from the family. So I treat him differently. So अगर persistent है, regular है ना, तो बच्चे से बात करो and make student feel comfortable. जब तक बच्चे को आप पे यकीन नहीं आएगा ना कि हाँ, ये जो भी मैं इससे बात करूंगा ये सेफ रहेगा और he wants my गुड थिंग ओनली, तब तक बच्चा खुल के नहीं आएगा. तो वो पहले फेथ जीतना पड़ेगा बच्चे का, उसके बाद उसके साथ बात करनी पड़ेगी. और मजाक करो, उसको थोड़ा सा टॉन्ट में सुना दो, फिर और क्या है, ऐसे बस इससे भी बच्चा मान जाता है.
Completely agree, ma'am. Thank you for resolving. Okay, we have another queries from Rohit Singh, and he wants to know which subject is hugely in demand right now.
See, if I talk about in journal also, the physics, chemistry, maths, they are in huge demand. Biology, sciences are in huge demand because अगर मैं बायजूस, अन अकेडमी किसी की भी बात करती हूँ, तो अगर ट्यूशंस आर देयर, if you require any assistance. So basically these are the subjects where we feel that they are a bit difficult and you need assistance. So these are the subjects where a huge demand. And if you are from sciences, the chances of getting observed in government and the private sector are very, very high. And if you are multilingual, because if I have I have explored the edtech companies, there they are asking for multilingualism. So if you are good with multiple languages, then the chances of hiring are very good.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there is another question from Seema Rani, and she wants to know what are the job opportunities after BSc non-medical with chemistry, okay, or BSc non-medical with computer. So she wants to know which one is better, BSc non-medical with chemistry or BSc non-medical with computers.
Basically, it depends whether she wants to go. If she wants to go for a government sector, then I suggest go for chemistry. If she want to go for a government sector, private sector, then I ask her to go for computer sciences. Because in the corporate, computers are in huge demand. But if you want to go for a government sector, then chemistry will be better for her.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope, Seema, you must have got the answer of your query. And ma'am, last but not the least, till now is Rohit wants to know what is what is NET JRF?
What is NET JRF? Okay, basically NET JRF is National Eligibility Test. JRF is Junior Research Fellowship. So when you have completed your masters and you want to be an assistant professor or you want to teach in higher education, tertiary level, colleges may, universities may, then you have to appear for that exam. So NET is National Eligibility Test for assistant professor, and JRF is that first you appear in the exam, and when you clear, there is a certain cutoff. So you clear that exam, then you clear the lecturership. Means now in any college or any university, you can appear as you can be appointed as a lecturer. Then out of a set of criteria, like 70 students clear LR, out of that top 10, top 15 students will be awarded as JRF. JRF is Junior Research Fellowship. Means they are giving you scholarship for pursuing your PhD. So they will be giving you for 5 years, they will be paying you monthly. Abhi to I guess it is about 45,000 per month. The government is paying you for doing your PhD. So for the first 2 years, you will be a JRF, Junior Research Fellow. And after 2 years, you have to give your presentation and you will tell, okay, I have done a lot of work. Then you will be promoted to an SRF, Senior Research Fellow. So the government will be paying you for doing PhD for 5 years. So that is NET. Simple NET is for lecturership. If you clear JRF, then you will be getting PhD. Like this year, 2 of our students have cleared JRF and rest of the students have cleared NET. One of my students who have I have guided her in MEd. She was doing PhD. She cleared JRF and now she is currently pursuing her PhD in Punjab University. One is doing in Patiala.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we have another question from Seema, and she wants to know which one is better, BSc Simple or BSc B.Ed Integrated?
See, BSc is a simple graduation degree and BSc B.Ed is a professional degree. So if you do BSc B.Ed, there is a benefit. First benefit is you will be saving 1 year because first you do BSc, then you do B.Ed, 5 years will be there. Now you will be completing that in 4 years. And as I told that ITUP is there. So in future, the B.Ed will be closed. So only integrated courses will be there. So there will be no option that you can be doing B.Ed after 5-6 साल बाद मुझे लगा कि चलो B.Ed कर लेते हैं तो वो chances शायद ना मिल सके. एक तो you will be saving 1 year. Second thing is that after doing BSc, it's not a professional degree, but BSc B.Ed is a professional degree. You can apply in all the jobs on the basis of graduation also. BSc के basis पे जो job कर सकते हो वो भी मिलेंगी. Plus B.Ed के बाद जो भी jobs कर सकते हो वो भी मिलेंगी. So there is a win-win situation. You can get all the job opportunities after BSc also and all the job opportunities after B.Ed also. So it's a good thing. Go for BSc B.Ed, save your 1 year and be ready for the market.
Thank you, ma'am, for resolving the queries of our attendees and the participants. And do you want to add up, ma'am? Anything?
Okay, this is all my presentation. I just tell you about little bit about what we do in Lovely School of Education. So if you are interested in doing B.Ed, so Lovely is one of the options. So just let me briefly, I will be not taking much of the time. Briefly, I will be telling कि LPU में हम क्या दिखाते हैं, what we teach in LPU and where our students are working. So I will not be taking a lot of time. I will just quickly just summarizing. So this is School of Education, and School of Education was established in 2003, and these are the other things. These are the different courses. Like we are the only education institution which offer all the courses which are offered under the umbrella of in education. Started from BSc, B.Ed to PhD, included BA, MSc e-learning, and MSc e-learning even with the tie-up with the Henry Harvey. Means half of the courses will be taught by us and half of the courses will be taught by the instructional designers who are teaching with the in the industry. Then all the courses are affiliated by the approved by the NCT, and these are the other recognition and membership we have. These are our curriculum. All the curriculum is mapped with CTET, STET, UGC NET. We teach different type of software to the student. We have special input for life skill, digital marketing, instructional designing. We have placements and internship. Then new pedagogical skills are taught to the students and training for 21st century. So these are the two tie-ups with us. And how we are different? The first difference is this. We prepare the student for CTET and government job, and the results are this. If you look at the result, in 2018, 43% students cleared their NET in their first attempt. Now, in 2023, just the result is out. 90% students have cleared the TET in their CTET in their first attempt. पहली बार बैठे और पहली बार ही पेपर निकाल दिया. क्यों निकाल दिया? Because these are the courses which we teach to the students. आपको बीएड में ही पढ़ा दिए जाएंगे और कैसे प्रैक्टिस की जाएगी? सिर्फ एमसीक्यू. All these questions, all these courses are only having MCQ because CTET क्या होता है? Pure MCQ. These are the number of students जिनको CTET निकला है. In 2021, these are the students. In 2018-19, these are the students who have cleared CTET. Then similarly for UGC NET also, these are the courses which we offer. And these are the students. This is not an exhaustive list. 7-8 students more are cleared there, but the banner abhi tak ban ke nahi aaya hai. So I have not added that. Then EdTech preparation. I said that corporate mein option bahut hai. So these are the options: instructional designing, workshop on content, e-content resources are there. With the student learn about all the Adobe softwares. कैसे movies बनानी है, clippings कैसे बनानी है, advertisements कैसे बनानी है, वो सब बच्चों को सिखाया जाता है. ऑनलाइन इंटर्नशिप्स करवाई जाती हैं. दीज आर दी प्रैक्टिस टूल्स. अडोबी के सॉफ्टवेयर सिखाए जाते हैं. बच्चे अपनी वीडियोस बनाते हैं. देन स्मार्ट बोर्ड्स आर देयर विद द स्टूडेंट्स आर रिलेटेड विद द स्मार्ट बोर्ड्स, एंड दीज आर फ्यू ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर वर्किंग विद दिस, एंड सम अदर स्टूडेंट्स आर आल्सो वर्किंग पार्ट टाइम. आल्सो पार्ट टाइम भी काम कर रहे हैं. तो ये सारे हमारे एडटेक कंपनी. दिस इज शुभकर्मन. शी वाज गेटिंग अ 9 lakh पैकेज इन अनअकैडमी. देन we have an international exchange also. So Berlin से Germany से one student came, and our 2 students are also going to South Africa for attending a summer school in Stellenbosch University. Then placement, because placements are important. So 8 lakh का highest placement है. 22K की हमारी highest paid internship है. 80% students are placed in 2023 and 10% students are working in EdTech companies. These are the few students. This is not an exhaustive list. Few students who are placed, and other students are also keep on placing in this year. These are our where our students are working. In यहाँ पे हमारे बच्चे काम कर रहे हैं. This is one of the students who are working in Canada as a teacher educator. These are the previous alumni who are working in different institutions. These are the students who are working in government sector. I have not added all because the PPT बहुत लंबी हो जाती है. So these are not an exhaustive list. Many more are there. Then these are the assistant professors. These are principals, government principals in the foreign universities. These are the principals in India. Then internships. अब हमारी internship B.Ed में 3rd semester में, BA B.Ed में 7th semester में, B.Ed M.Ed में 3rd, 4th और 5th semester में होती है. Our students are getting internship in KV, Cambridge, Maple, DAV, Ivy, Mayor World, and many other schools. And the highest package the student is getting for internship is 22,000, and the lowest is average is 7,000. And this year, the first year students, 5 of the students are, even before starting this internship, the internship will start in July. They already got this scholarship internship of 13,000, and accommodation is free, and they will be cooking cook also. They just have to give the food, and the cook will be preparing food for them. So खाने पीने का कोई टेंशन नहीं. 13,000 for just completing the part of your course. हमारा course करने के लिए they are paying for the students. These are the things which you will be doing our internship. These are the few students which in the previous semester, they are getting the paid internship. And some success stories. I will limit the success stories only to the teaching. So these are the students who got the Best Teachers Award. Sushma Kundan got from the Government of Punjab. Majid got from Punjab University of Kashmir, and Jaspal got from Young Teacher State Award from Punjab. So if you choose LPU, you will be having a very bright future. So this is all from my side. Thank you so much. Any queries?
Yes, ma'am. First, ma'am, thank you so much for giving your time, for crediting your time and giving this insightful presentation. So thank you.
Ma'am.
Yeah. And ma'am, yes, we have few queries and Rohit Singh wants to know which is best, BA B.Ed or BSc B.Ed?
See, Rohit, if you are from sciences and you are good with sciences, I will suggest you go for BSc B.Ed. Because BA B.Ed is only for art students. Art student cannot go for sciences. But if you have done your 12th with sciences, whether medical, whether non-medical, and you are good with that, go for BSc B.Ed because then you will be having a huge demand in corporate sector also, in the government sector also. So if you are good with sciences and you have done 12th in sciences, go for BSc B.Ed. That will be best for you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And ma'am, we have another question from Saransh Bansal. And he wants to know, he's basically doing MSc Mathematics from LPU online. Can he do B.Ed along with that?
See, B.Ed is a professional degree. It is not allowed to do part-time. It is a regular degree. You have to perform that in a regular mode only. The part-time is only for those who are working in teaching sector for 7-8 years and they are currently pursuing also. So if you are doing MSc Mathematics online from LP only, so if you are interested in B.Ed, I suggest you go for a B.Ed because the chances for government jobs are very high if you are from Punjab or from other things. एंड अगर कहीं पे भी नहीं है तो एडटेक कंपनीज में मैथमेटिक्स की डिमांड बहुत ज्यादा है सो इट्स गुड
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we have yet another question from Rajendra. He says that he has completed MSc Mathematics and B.Ed in 2021. So would M.Ed would be better for him or not?
See, if he wants to be a teacher educator, then he should pursue a M.Ed because uske baad he will be just like me. He will be educating the teaching to the B.Ed or BBA B.Ed or BSc B.Ed student. So if he want to be a teacher educator, M.Ed is the best option for him. So he can pursue M.Ed, and while pursuing M.Ed, make sure that he choose that particular institute which help him to clear NET, because without cracking NET, the jobs are not there. So if he want to be want to become an assistant professor, so choose the institute which prepare him for cracking the NET. That is the only thing. Otherwise, M.Ed is a good option for him.
Completely agree with you, ma'am. We have another question from Seema Rani. So she wants to know, to become teacher, which is best, BTech or BSc B.Ed? Ma'am, she wants to know, to choose to become a teacher, which is best, either is it BTech or BSc B.Ed?
Ma'am, can you please repeat? Connection to
Yeah, no issues, ma'am. Ma'am, she wants to know, to become a good teacher, which is best, is it BTech or BSc B.Ed?
See, for becoming teacher, B.Ed is mandatory. You cannot become a teacher without doing B.Ed. If you want to be a teacher and after doing your BTech, then you can do B.Ed. That's a different thing, but then you will be spending 4 years in your BTech and then again 2 years. So 6 years will be just to become teacher. So if you are already having a sciences background, so go for BSc B.Ed and become a teacher. If your aim is only becoming a teacher, so BSc B.Ed is far better option than BTech.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for resolving the queries. Thank you so much for answering all the queries. Thank you for giving your time. Thank you for giving your lessons, for your experience that you've showered upon us. So thank you so much for this. And ma'am, before, yes.
Sorry to intervene, Imanchi. There is one question which says that your fees is quite high for BA B.Ed. I don't know why. Please reduce it so that student like me can join. So this is an anonymous attendee. I just want to tell the fees of BA B.Ed is just 30,000 per semester. And if you compare this fees with the other institution, वहाँ पे भी इससे ज्यादा 25 से 30 की ही रेंज में आपको फीस मिलेगी. इससे कम फीस आपको कहीं नहीं मिलेगी. अगर आप किसी और, if you are studying from any other institution, the skills which we are inculcating in our BA B.Ed students will not be in the other. Fees में बहुत ज्यादा, there is not a huge difference in B.Ed. We have reduced the fees. Now the fees is only 30,000 per semester. It is not that. And Two of my students who has not just completed, अभी तक B.Ed complete भी नहीं हुई है, BA B.Ed हुआ है, अब complete भी नहीं हुआ है. They are working with DPS, and when they went for the interviews, there are other experienced teachers also. The our students were picked because they were bringing some new things to the into the table. So the principal is very happy with them because we train our students in such a manner. So if you want to get absorbed, I think इतना fees का issue नहीं है. Fees is now fine. 30,000 is okay per semester.
I was about to tell the answer through the site, ma'am, and that is what I was. No shoes, ma'am. It came from you, then I think it is the best answer he could get. So, ma'am, with your permission, can I take up all the admission process questions? Can I show
Sure,
them?
ma'am. Sure. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So to all the students who just wanted to know about the admission process and the fee that we have, that ma'am has actually answered the question now. So to know all about that, we have to just come on this site, that is lpu.in, right? lpu.in. So once you click on this site on any browser, this will be the interface that will be coming in front of you. This is basically all the happenings that has either happened or are presently happening or maybe happen in near future that are listed on the site. So kindly explore the site as well. Now, since we're catering about admissions, right? So we just simply click on the admissions. And once we click on the admissions, we see all the segregated programs right in here. You can see that after 12th, after graduation, after post-graduation, after 10th, after diploma, etc. So you can actually choose, and they're beautifully segregated for you to be, easy for you to choose your course, which course do you want to go in, and it is easy for you to explore the course as well. So let's say we're taking an example that you've done your 12th grade and you want to do an undergraduate program, right? So simply go to undergrad and go to regular programs. So once you click on the regular programs, there will be a whole lot of disciplines that would be visible in front of you. You can see we have all the disciplines like engineering, management, law, applied science, psychology, sociology. All the disciplines that are here will be provided by the LPU, right? So since we were talking a lot about the education here, so why not take an example about education? So once I click on the education, you can see integrated BA, B.Ed and integrated BSc, B.Ed, right? So simply click on any of the program that you want to go in. And once you click, we have all the high options here that I will be briefing in a minute now. So if you want to check the eligibility of the course, as in if you are eligible for a particular course or not, then you need to simply click on the program details. And after that, you have to check in here whether you're eligible or not. For here, for you to be eligible in the particular course, you need to have at least 50% of aggregate marks in your senior secondary, that is your 10+2, right? And there will be certain relaxations also. You need to check it on the site. Now there are highlights, right? So highlights actually tell you what all our students have achieved, as you have seen in the webinar also, all the research and patents and book publications that we've had, and the rankings of the university related to the course, right? So after that, there is something very interesting that LPU provides you, is the curriculum they provide you beforehand, right? So basically, even before you come in and take part in the course, you know what you will be taught and what topics you will be taught and what you're going to study while doing a 4-year course, right? So that would actually help you make a disciplined decision whether you want to pursue in that particular course or not. You can see in here one first year, second year, third year, and fourth year, and you have autumn and spring terms as well. So you can just click on any of the topic and there will be details about the topic will be visible to you. So kindly explore the site. Site is lpu.in. Now when I click on the fees, you can see, as ma'am told, we have just 30,000 per semester. Our fees will be there, so it is, I think, not much of a fee. So you can apply for the course. Now the main important part is how you can apply and by when you can apply. So for this, you simply click on important dates and you can see last date of admission is 25th of May, right? 25th of May. So basically this is not too far now, just 9 days more now. So I would urge you, request you to start applying for the course. And how you can apply is from here. You simply click on apply now option, and there are certain bare minimum requirements that will be asked from you, like your name, gender, address, state, etc. And after that there will be a dashboard given to you, and hence you can apply for the course that you want in, right? Okay, now I hope I have made every query clear as to where you can go and what you need to do to take admission in a particular course. Now, even if you have still another queries, so what you can do is either you can schedule a call with us. It is there on the site. You can WhatsApp us. You can have a live video counseling session as well. So you can just simply either follow these path, or last but not the least, you can take the screenshot of it or maybe write it down somewhere. We have our numbers of the university. Our esteemed counselors will be there to provide the resolution there. So you can call on them, and our counselors will be here to give you all the answers of your questions. So I hope that I have given all the details that you wanted to know. And if you have other questions, you can simply write in your Q&A box. Okay. Is there any scholarship for BSc B.Ed? Anonymous attendee, right now we're not having any scholarship, but for this you can explore our site, or you can call on our numbers, so that our counselors would provide you a better idea as to if you can get any scholarship or not. So ma'am, I would take permission from you and all the attendees if you do not want to add up any more thing to the webinar.
It's perfectly fine. Thank you so much for inviting me. And it was very nice to interact with the students with a lot of questions. And I hope you have a very bright future and all the questions are answered. And you are now clear that in which area you want to pursue your career. All the best.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much to all the attendees as well for being here, for being patient with us. And my pleasure is all ours, ma'am, to be able to hear you in the webinar. So with this, I, Himanshu Kaushik, take your leave. Meet you soon in the next webinar. And until next webinar, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you so much.